Hello. Hello. Thanks for joining me. I'm working on a cat named Niles today. We started him the other day, so I'm finishing him up today. I have to finish his rump and then the tree stump he's going to be laying on. Oh, really? That's interesting. I'm sorry I'm late. I thought I was starting at 5 o'clock, but then I just looked at my clock and I realized it's 6 o'clock. I had set my alarm for the wrong time and I'd dozed off and lost track of time. I meant to start at 5 o'clock my time like usual, but this morning was hectic. The Katydid won a contest for a photo shoot, and so we went and got our family portrait taken. I'll show you. Let's see if it'll. So we got to have our pictures taken. So that was an exhausting morning. But it'll be nice once they're printed. Some of them I'll get smaller for their baby books. Yeah, Katydid was very well behaved. She was just completely clueless. She was also less stressed out by the car ride, since she has to go to the vet once a year and the neurologist twice a year minimum. Um, and so car rides, she doesn't enjoy them, but she's used to them. Echo was singing the song of his peoples the whole way and stressing out. And then he didn't like being told what to do by the photographer or me, because, he's a man. He does what he wants, not what the girls tell him. And Kate is just like, I don't know what we're doing, but okay. So you went to bed at 3 a.m.? Was that like yesterday 3 a.m. or today 3 a.m.? Oh, and so your arm was fine then, but now it's getting shaky? Maybe you're tired. Maybe, have you been getting enough sleep? Have you been drinking enough water? Eating enough protein? Because usually if I get shaky, it's usually I've done too much biking or running and I need electrolytes, water, and sleep in a dark room. Is sometimes a cool, damp rag. My friend told me that instead of putting the rag on your head, if you put something cold on each side of your neck, where the blood flows up into your brain and then back down to your heart, that helps cool the brain as it goes, or cool the blood as it goes up to the brain to help reduce inflammation. Oh, okay, so your body's just trying to tell you you're too warm. Okay. Then maybe a cold compress against your neck where that one arterial vein is. It's an important vein where you see it in TV. If it gets sliced, everybody just like. But Maybe that would help. We're nearly done with Niles. I did get a picture from his mom on what his rump looks like. So, okay, yeah. Yeah, and sometimes depending on the clothing you have on, my biggest issue is now that it's summer, obviously it's warmer. I don't want to run my AC like crazy, but I have to sleep with a weighted blanket, and weighted blankets, boy, do they hold in heat. And so it's a constant battle of too hot, but I don't have my weighted blanket. And then I'm too cold, and then I'm too hot. I've tried sleeping without the weighted blanket, and it just doesn't work. Oh, you're still in your school clothes? Girls, get that off and get in your comfies. It's like one of the first things I do when I get home from school. Strip off all those clothes, especially if you have to like wear a uniform. Get that thing off. Get into some comfy sweatpants and t-shirt, some jammies. So right now I'm just in a pair of sleep shorts and my new shirt that I actually got from the fundraiser I did. Oh, well, at least your school clothes are comfy then. Okay, that's good at least. I mean, yeah, some of my school clothes, depending on the dress I'm wearing, is comfy and I can hang out with it in it for a bit, but sometimes it's just like, no. All right, so Niles himself is done. So now we're going to be doing the base of the tree stump. And then we'll do some grass. I don't think Kated will join us. She's back in bed. She's already gone to bed for the night. I went and gave her a kiss earlier, and she's just like, Mother, we've had enough time together today. And Echo, he's asleep on the couch. So I don't think either one of the babies will be making an appearance today, unfortunately. Kated was happy she got to try some of my bratwurst, though, because when I got home, I was hungry and tired, so I cooked some sushi rice and added some cheddar bratwurst to it with some seaweed flakes. I let her have some broth. And then we all took a nap. It was kind of eerie, though, because the place where we went for the photography session earlier, it was actually, I didn't know it was there. It was at the intersection where back in February I got hit by a pickup truck when I was biking to school. So as soon as I realized where I was at, I was like, oh, it's this intersection. But now I'll have a better memory for that intersection. Because I always kind of tense up on my bike ride when I go across that road. It's a polo shirt and a cardigan. And whatever on the bottom, but it has to be navy or blue, black, what? Oh, yes. So I bike to school as long as the weather allows me. I'm in Nebraska, so we have winter here. So sometimes I can't bike. But I was biking to being an art teacher, I work at two different schools, two small schools. My week is split. And one of them is a 14-mile bike ride. So I'll go head into my far away school. And I had the little green walker guy saying I had right of way as a pedestrian to cross. No, I'm in North America. Nebraska is a state in the United States. It's in like the middle. It's like right, if you look at the whole United States, we're kind of right in the middle. A lot of cornfields. Sometimes they plant soybeans instead of corn, but corn's better. Lot of beef. Um, But yeah, I had the right of way, and the sun was rising behind me. So the truck, he was a very sweet elderly man. He said he didn't see me because of the sunshine. He did pull over and he helped me get up and get my bike and I back to school, and I did end up going to the doctor for x-rays, but nothing was broken. My bike did die from the collision. Saved my life, my Anona. That was her name. She was yellow with pineapples. But now I have Izotza. He is pink and white. Oh, I'm glad your arm stopped shaking, so I guess that means you've managed to cool your body down. That's good. Don't cool it down too much though, because you don't want to get cold. Yeah, I was really bonded with Anona, but she was only a 3-speed cruiser. And really, like, I had modified her a bunch as much as I could, but she really wasn't meant to be like an adventure bike across the country bike. But it was the first time since I was 5 I actually got to choose my own bike. Because otherwise, once my brother came around, whenever I needed a new bike, I just got his old bike or my mom's old bike. And so I finally got to go and buy and pick out my own bike. So instead of picking a practical bike, I picked a pretty one, yellow with pineapples and pink, and I loved her. But Izotza is much better for because I plan on biking all the way across Iowa, the whole state of Iowa, with the Wabash Trail. There's a large system of trails that follow all the rivers in my area in Nebraska, and so I've biked some of them, but I need to explore the rest. I want to know where they go. A lot of times where they end, there's a really nice restaurant, like a hole in the wall. One of the trails I discovered had a great little pizza place. Oh yes, you said you were going to go to the water park with your dad. I'm hoping that turns out really well for you, and it's not scary or anything, and nothing bad happens. I hope you're able to come back and tell us cool stories about it. So is it going to be just you and your dad, or are any of friends or siblings or your mom going to go? Or is it just going to be father-daughter time? Which that is good to do too. Otherwise, uh, my parents went through a period of that. It was more my mom not wanting to talk to my dad, though. Yeah, relationships are hard. And I mean, I can't really speak much on them. I have chosen to not be in a relationship. I have I tried dating for a little bit, and I just discovered that as a human being that I'm not interested in being with other human beings like that. Um, so I know from my parents and my brother and his new wife and my friends that they talk a lot about how relationships are hard. So I understand that. But I can't sadly give any advice on it. Then the reason why each relationship is there's different issues for every couple, you know. Okay. Oh, so you have a little brother? I have a little brother. My little brother is in Hawaii right now, though. He and his brand new bride have flown the coop for their honeymoon. So I probably won't hear from him for a few weeks. Which, rightly so. Is your little brother annoying? My brother wasn't super annoying when we had to live together. Brothers are just annoying. But they think sisters are annoying, so I guess it's all fair. Oh yeah, because when you messaged me earlier, you said it was from your brother's account. Hopefully he was okay with you doing that and doesn't get upset. I don't want to get you in trouble. like, well, obviously, he's on a honeymoon, he's grown growing up, my brother and I couldn't stand each other. But now that we don't have to live in the same home anymore, we each have our own space and we just see each other when we want to see each other. I actually really kind of like the guy. But man, when I had to live with him and see him like every day, all the time, brothers are so annoying. For a while, because I'm in an apartment, I'm on the first floor, and my brother was actually up on the third floor. We lived in the same building, same complex. He was just up on the third floor. And that was actually kinda nice, because then sometimes, like, if he was sick, he would, "Sissy." I always know when he wants something when he calls me Sissy. That was my our childhood nickname for me. Um, he'd call me and I could get him stuff run, or if I had something broken, he'd come over and help fix it. Or one time, Sammy, my cat, got lost, and he came over and helped me find him. And sometimes we would just walk laps around the complex and vent about life and work together, and that was really nice. But he's married now, got married on last Friday, and I'm happy for him. He's ready to start, that kind of a life and potentially have kids, and they're having a house built, and now they just need to get a cat. I'm working on it. He's One time I gave him a pet rock as a gift and he lost his rock. He couldn't even handle a rock. All right, we're almost done with the tree stump and then we'll move on to the grass. Oh, yeah. My brother and I always had our own rooms, but living in military base housing, they were never very big. But I am glad I didn't have to share a room with him. I don't know if it ever really would have worked with the age difference, being 6 years older than him. I mean, maybe when we were like both in elementary school, but once I hit middle school, once you're in middle school and high school, puberty hits, and you really just don't want to be sharing a room with a sibling of, well, probably any gender, but especially not like a brother and sister. Like, oh, I'm so sorry. But I mean, you have a home, and hopefully it's a safe home with good food. So that's always good to have a good, safe home with food. Oh, I used to love when I was a kid when we were at recess. I had a group where we would there was this one grass area and we would dig in it every day, dig holes, find things, and then whatever we found, we would rebury in a certain spot. And so every day, the first thing we'd have to do is dig up our treasure hoard to make sure no one had taken it, and then go hunting. Oh, you just graduated from fourth grade. Congratulations! So you're going to be a fifth grader now. Is fifth grade still in elementary, or is it middle school in your district? Where I teach, fifth grade is still in elementary. But I know some places fifth grade is in a middle school. All right, tree stump is done. Okay, so you're going to be going to middle school. I loved middle school. I loved not being in the same room with the same group of kids, with the same teacher all day long. The nice thing about middle school was being able to get up and every 90, 50, whatever minutes, um, go to a different space with different people. Alrighty, grass. For grass, I have three greens I like to use. Um, I think it's 173, 245, and 195. So I'm going to determine real quick on my scratch paper which one is the lightest, because I think this one is the lightest. I think 195 is my medium. I mean, there's nothing wrong necessarily with staying in one school. If it's an okay school and there's not a lot of academic issues or bullying issues, it's not bad to stay in the same community where you know people. Because being from a military family, I was in one school K4, uh, yeah, and then another school for fifth, another school for six, then one middle school and one, yeah. There can be drama, especially amongst the girls. Hopefully, they come to their senses. Or you go ditch them and find a better group to hang out with. I didn't have any luck making friends until middle school. I mostly did a lot of book reading in elementary. Oh, it says favorite kind of juice for our sticker prompt. I like grape juice. Love grape juice. I have to be careful. I have no self control. I'll just drink the whole carton. That does. When you move to sixth grade, will you be with the whole same group or does your school like shuffle everybody? Because sometimes both happens in my schools. Sometimes a teacher and the whole class will loop up to the next grade and they'll stay together as a whole unit. But most of the time, when the 2 or 3 classes move up, we shuffle the kids. And some kids can't, even if they want to be in the same class, they really shouldn't be in the same class. Oh, they already shuffled. When does school end for you? Like, when do you get to have summer break? Oh, July 17th. Oh, man. So when does school start for you then? Does it start like in September? Do you get to have August off as well for your summer break? Or do you have a short summer break? Oh, there's a car outside and speaker is saying numbers 0247. Okay. See, my district, we teachers go back, I think on the 7th or 8th. It's always after my mom's birthday, and her birthday's on the 6th. And then the kids come back around August 15th, but then we end at the end of May. I know a lot of districts like go through some of June, but then they start in September. Sometimes I wish we didn't start until September, but it is what it is. I don't have any control over that. So you'll still get like 2-ish months, just about 2 months. Yeah, because we usually end around my brother's birthday, and his birthday's on the 23rd. Oh, thank you for I'm not sure what I missed it, whatever was emoji that floated up. I spotted it, but then I spotted it too late to see what it was. But thank you, whoever floated me a little emoji. Oh, it's happy faces. Thank you. I think that's cool that you guys can do that. Which I guess that makes sense because we can do that in Teams when we have to do Teams meetings. I wonder if we can do that on Zoom. All right. Now we're going to test what it looks like when we add a little bit of the medium. And then we'll add dark to this area, and then we will move on to base in another section of grass. Yeah, maybe they'll eventually make more pride emojis. With the different flags, that would be nice. I'm not sure exactly how difficult it is to create an emoji to go out on the market. I've never thought about that. Now that I think of it, has your district used timetable rock stars? Is that for like multiplication? Because last I heard from third and fourth grade teachers, they don't teach the times table anymore. Kids are just supposed to, I don't know, naturally know how to do multiplication. I don't understand it. I'm an art teacher, so I don't really do much for math, I'll be honest. I do more for reading, writing, art history. We use rulers to make grids and stuff, but I don't do much for math. All right, so the grass on that side is done. Now we're going to do this side. I remember doing the times table when I was a kid, though. I think kids should still be learning their times table. Just memorize some basic math facts. That way you just have them on hand in your brain. I remember when I was in school, we would get this worksheet with, and it was just filled with like 100 different multiplication or division or addition, whatever problems. And we had like a minute or 2 minutes. And just go, and it was silent, and you had to get as many done as possible. And then whoever got the most, like, got a prize, so it was like a race. Whoever got the most done correctly, I should say. I always loved those. Stressed me out, but I loved them. I will say, off the top of my head, I know obviously the ones, so that's easy. 2, 3, 4, 5. It's 7. I know most of my 7s and 8s. Sometimes when it's the bigger numbers, like 7, 8, and 9, when you multiply those together, sometimes I have to pause for a second. Um, but I like doing multiplication, personally. I don't enjoy division. Because then there's always like, what if it's not an even divide? Then you have remainders, and then you have to. Multiplication is so much cleaner. All right, Niles is getting close to being done. Oh, what's the bus stop method? I've never heard of that. When I learned division, we had to do the classic where it was like this, the number, and then the numbers, and then you went down and down and down, and then you put the remainder over here. That's how I learned division. I think that's just the classic method. Okay. And I'm just going to go until I finish this grass here, so it probably won't be a full hour. But then, even though I took a nap, I am tired. So, but I will go live again tomorrow, because I don't have a busy schedule tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm going to try and get up and go for a run in the morning, because it's supposed to be nice in the morning. Not too hot. Would like to run 2 to 3 miles. And then my mom is going to come over and bring her pugs so that Kaden and Riley can have a play date. And then I'm going to order us some pizza, and we'll probably watch Survivor. Yeah, with your voice. No. Did you I watched the one about the Therian, and then there was another one with the song Just Gonna Stand There and Watch You Burn. That song brought back memories. Maybe that was the same video. No, it was not. But thank you for posting the Therian mask. That was very informative. But it does look like a lot of work to make them. But if that's your jam, like some people would say this is way too time consuming. Oh, it has drawings. No, and then I haven't seen that one yet. No, yesterday was nonstop go, 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 go. I had to grocery shop. I had to go to the doctor, and they had to steal my blood. And so I had to fast, which means I slept in because I didn't want to be awake and hungry. And then I had to go to the bank, and that had issues. And then I had to go to my study group. And then I had to go pick up some little buckets I bought for my students. Somebody 3D printed little miniature. They're like the big 5-gallon buckets, but they're miniature. And then when I finally got home, I was just like, I'm just going to feed the kids and go to bed because it was that time. Ooh, you made custom shoes? That's fun. Are they like for a costume or just for fun, or do they have a theme or for a cosplay? Nice. Are you going to enter a contest or go to a convention in with the costume? Base layer done. Now, mid layer. Conventions can be expensive, but they can be so much fun. Oh, that's cool. I have crocheted costumes for anime conventions and competed in them. I only placed once. I made a dress and outfit to make myself into the TARDIS from Doctor Who, the blue police box, and that outfit got me second place at a British themed convention. Um, so that one was fun. Oh, thank you for the hearts. Oh, and confetti cannons. All right, one last layer. And then I'll add his whiskers and ear hair, sign it, and we'll call it done. I'm not sure what cat I'm going to do tomorrow, but I will be going live. What's today? Today, Tuesday. I'll be going live Wednesday and Thursday. Friday, my friend comes over. And I actually am going to go to her house today, or this week. She found a new bike tunnel that goes under the very busy, dangerous highway that cuts through town. So then I can get across town without biking across. Could you start another one if we have spare time? You mean today? I could sketch out Dexter. All right. Where is my... Did Katie steal it? No, there it is. Sometimes she gets up on the table and she knocks my pens off. She has a thing. She doesn't like pens or pencils on the table. But once they're on the floor, she leaves them alone. She doesn't care. She just doesn't want them on the table. There we go. And then... But she's actually been pretty good about leaving the stuff alone this summer. Then I think I'll sign it up here. There we go. And Niles, well, he actually goes this way. He's this way in the photograph. Niles is finished. Though I suppose this one we could display him any direction. Niles is done. I'll share that with his mom. But I will sketch out Dexter. So Dexter is not a social media cat. Hold on, I'll pick up my phone so I can show you him. He actually, my neighbor has a pair of twin cats, Daisy and Dexter. And so he's actually a very, very shy boy. It's taken me a couple of years to get to the point where in the picture I could like boop his nose. So yeah, it's hard when I've only had to go through that once where I didn't get to say goodbye. Um, my dad was living away from us, being military, and he had patches, and she drank some bad water outside and passed. Um, I think I want one of my lighter pencils. No, that's a B. We don't want B's. B's are darker lead. I want my 3H. That's my lightest lead. Okay, there we go. Oh no, everybody's gone. Oh, you're back. Okay. So I looked up and it said everybody was gone. Oh no, are you overheating again? I don't know if grabbing a blanket would help. If you're hot, you might need to be out from under any blankets. Okay, so there's his. And there's my finger coming at him, which that requires drawing humanness, which I do not enjoy doing, but I'll figure that out later. Oh, so it's like an electric blanket, but instead of going hot, it goes cold. Interesting. I didn't know they made such things. There we go. Okay, so there's the starting sketch. I probably should do something about the finger, though. And actually, the line would go this way, from what I can see. Like that. Nice. I'm going to have to look into that and see if I can find a blanket like that. Because maybe that would be good to put with my not my electric, my weighted blanket, because then I could have the weight, but then I could also have the cooling. That my brother, he's always complaining he's so hot. That might make a perfect gift for him. Watch, he probably already has one. He's all into the knowing what the gadgets are. There we go. And my finger. Kind of looks like a worm. There we go. Like that. Okay. His sister Daisy's much more trusting. I won over her trust quite a while ago. She'll actually come up and jump up on her hind legs to give me a kiss if I bend over. She is such a sweet girl. His mouth is open slightly. Like that. Yeah, I will. I'll definitely search it up later. All right. There we go. Dexter is sketched. We'll give it a bit of pencil erasing. And then I'll do his eyes and nose, but then I'm gonna head to bed. Because the rest of him is white and then kind of a tanny tabbiness, and that will take time. We might keep Dexter as a backup cat for if I'm ever doing a cat and we end early, or I finish early, then we can circle back and keep working on Dexter. Since he's not really one of the social media cats in the series, he can be one we have as a backup plan. Let's see, we need this pink for his nose. Get rid of those bits. But I do like how it's a close-up on his face. That in the picture, he's just looking at me so suspiciously like, I will accept this nose boop, but I still don't trust you. That, and I can't wait to surprise his mom when I show her next time I see her. She and I actually had a good chat the other day after the storm, comparing notes, because she was here home when it happened while I was at the farmer's market getting my stuff destroyed. Apparently there was hail here, which explains why Echo was hiding when I got home. But I'm looking forward to having pizza tomorrow. We're going to have the chicken Alfredo pizza again. And then, I don't know, we're going to try something else from the pizza place. They now sell macaroni. I don't know if I should be suspicious of macaroni from a pizza place, but we might give it a try. Kated will be excited. Well, maybe if I order the macaroni, then she can do that in her next video of the Will Katyd Eat videos. I have a couple of them I haven't uploaded yet. So whenever I try something I think she hasn't tried yet, I record it. I like how when I say her name, she does a quick spin and a chirp. Yeah, there are Xboxes. My brother has one. That's actually how he, like, watches TV somehow, is with his Xbox. That's, like, how he uses his internet to get to, like, Hulu and stuff. I don't fully understand it. But we need just a titch of gray. Make sure this one's not too dark. No, it's not. Under here, under my nose, on his nose, under my finger. I've never really been much of an Xbox person. One time when I was subbing, they had it for a Just Dance game, The kids were doing Just Dance on the Xbox that day, and that was fun. But I can do Just Dance on my Wii as well. That's really the only video game I play is Just Dance. Um, it's fun and it's exercise. I mean, yeah, my brother still plays his Xbox like crazy. He's constantly that and some don't measure their paper size. Oh, so I'm drawing on 4x6. The reason I'm doing that is because since I do all dots like this, it takes a long time versus just like coloring or painting in. And I want to be doing a series of these of cats from social media. Hello. To do for a gallery exhibit in the fall. And I want to have quite a lot of the various cats that are on social media. So usually if I have a 4x6, I can get it done in 2 to 3 hours. If I do 6x9, it takes me 4 to 6 hours. The 9x12 I was doing in Katie's book that got ruined by the storm usually takes me about 10 to 15 hours to finish a whole page, especially if I do the entire surface. But yeah, that is a good question as to why I'm doing so small. Yes and no. I started out self-taught as a kid, and then when we moved to Nebraska, I finally got to take art classes in public school. In North Dakota, the school district didn't have art until you were maybe in high school. So I mean, I had some art classes, and then I did take art in college to be an art teacher. You had to take level 1 of painting, life drawing, digital, welding, construction, all that, printmaking. So I've had some training in different mediums. For the pointillism, this is all my own doing. I discovered it doing an art club with my students a few years ago. We were doing the different periods in art history, and we came across pointillism and impressionism and Seurat. And I was like, this is actually a lot of fun. I'm just going to keep doing this. And so, oh, hacksaws. Saws can be a lot of fun to use, but you have to be careful. Now, his eyes have some emerald in the middle, so we're going to actually get the mid-tone for the grass. I teach kindergarten through 5th grade. I am an elementary art teacher in Nebraska. And yes, well, I teach kindergarten through 5th grade. So I teach K1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I used to have 6th grade as well in my district at elementary, but they are now in middle school. So, ooh, a random word that means something to me. Give me a moment to think. I want to give you a good word. I don't want it to be a generic word, like just art or cat, because like people know that about me, but I'm going to say Izotza. Izotza. I don't know if, no, I can't type. Izotza. It means ice in a different language. It is the name of my bike I am bonded to that we travel many, many miles every week together. So, yeah, and I do work on this stuff when my students are at work. Well, not really K1 because you gotta keep on those ones. But 2nd grade and up, a lot of times if they're on work time where they're just working on their project, I don't really want to just walk around the room and stare at them. So I'll sit with a table for like 5 to 10 minutes and work on some of this. I tell them it's art time. You're working on art, I'm working on art. And I'll be like, all right, keep being cool. And then I'll move to the next table. You're welcome. That was an interesting question. I haven't had that one yet. So the kids see me doing this, and some kids actually have tried doing this too, but like, this takes too long, miss. Yeah, it does take longer, and it is some people it stresses them out having to do all the dots. Oh, sit with tables and work on art, or work on things, or walks around. With the littles, I have yarn, so I crochet as I walk around. So I'm still working on something while I'm pacing and staring at them while they work and answering questions. But with the big kids, I like to sit and chit chat and kind of get to know them and work on some of my art so they can see like, I'm not just a teacher, I'm an artist too. Here's the palm pile I got after the storm. It's my little buddy while I draw. But okay. So Dexter will be saved as a come back to. So if we ever have a day where, oh, excuse me, I just took a drink of water and now I burped. If we ever have a day where we finish a cat before the hour ends, we can come back to Dexter. I'm going to add Niles to the collection in the box, and Dexter will go in the in progress pile. But otherwise, have a good day, good night. I will see you in 24-ish hours. I will do another one tomorrow. I will post on my Twitter and Blue Sky what cat I'm doing next. I will have to look through and see what cat is next in the line. But otherwise, have a beautiful day. Oh, yeah, during state tests. I don't have to do the state tests. I don't have to assist with that because I'm not a classroom teacher. Phew. But otherwise, have a beautiful, blessed time. Goodbye.